Hi, my name is Charlie. Welcome to Tabletop Gaming. Today we're going to talk about 10 of the best solo games because you can't always get a group together, and why should that stop you? We're going to dive right in, but if you have any that you'd like to play or you'd like to add to this list, make sure to mention it in the comments because I'd love to see what you're playing. At number 1, hold on to your sanity because it's Arkham Horror, the card game. This is one of those games that you think you leave on your shelf for a little while and then you start playing it and then you're sucked right in. It is so much fun. There's a lot of Lovecraftian, well, it's entirely Lovecraftian, but great to play, and you don't always win. I feel like that is the theme of Arkham games, is you don't always win. And you know what? You just want to start straight over again and plow right through. You can do this, and I can do this. Someone tell me I can do this. Of course, if you do want to play it with multiple players, you absolutely can. However, there's something about doing it alone that's sort of more spooky, more horror, and you'll feel it more. Arkham Horror plays incredibly well solo because you really feel the sort of horror and sort of pulpish fear that it invokes, but you can play with others if you later prefer to. Number 2, it's Mage Knight. This is one of those games where it's just it's just everywhere. It's a mixture of fantasy RPG, a mixture of a Eurogame, and just a little bit of everything else chucked in. It's one that's got something for everyone. And the solo mode is arguably fantastic. You'll have a randomised map and enemies for your solo play, keeping it refreshed and keeping it interesting. Number 3, Friday. This is a game I've seen everywhere recently. It's a sort of take on Robinson Crusoe, where you're going to be building cards until you can eventually defeat the pirates. Overcoming dangers makes you stronger, makes you more likely to be able to defeat those later, but obviously comes with more risk too. This is one of those games that actually plays best solo, so make sure you enjoy. Number 4, Scythe. This is a game that can go on a great many lists because it's brilliant. And with this, you're going to be playing the Automa mode. It actually feels interactive, so rather than sort of a static version, which sometimes we see in the solo modes, this one is a really engaging way to play. Now sure, we love the multiplayer version of Scythe, and possibly it ekes the recommendation, but if nothing else, you can practice in solo mode to then boss it in multiplayer mode later. Number 5, one that I'm terrified of saying wrong, and I'm sure you're going to correct me in the comments. Ganz, Schön, clever? Maybe? I got a B in GCSE German, and I was so proud of it because, I mean, you can tell why. The benefit of this one, of course, is that it's a roll and write. Most roll and writes you can play on your own, where you're going to try and defeat a score of some kind or reach some sort of goalpost, which makes it really easy to play on your own and without outside interference. However, you can always add them in later, I suppose. But for now, enjoy Ganz, Schön, clever. Number 6, Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven embodies RPG in a box with all of the thought processes that you need for all sorts of other things, and it is massive. It is sprawling. It works beautifully with others. It also works beautifully as a solo game. It is great fun to play, but if it's maybe a bit of a big box, do check out Jaws of the Lion, which is a smaller box version to almost give you a nibble of how it works. In addition, the creator Isaac Childress has given us some more scenarios that are specifically solo based. So pick up your copy, enjoy those. Number 7 is The Seventh Continent. This was inspired by Choose Your Own Adventure book, so you can see why it works out quite well as a solo play game. Now, each time you lay your cards, you're not going to know what's happened next. They're in a random order, and you're going to be exploring. Do you want to go here? Do you want to go there? It's up to you. It's up to just you, because you're playing on your own. Craft your tools, make sure you survive. There's a lot to enjoy about this game. Number 8, we're back with Robinson Crusoe with Adventures on a Cursed Island. This one is, of course, a sort of classic game, one that's great fun to play. It's the quintessential survival story, and now it's the quintessential survival on a board game story, and I believe in you, and you can do this. Of course, you're shipwrecked, you're going to need to collect together items and resources, you're going to need to build yourself shelter and keep yourself safe. It's a tricky little game, but a really fun one to play. Plus, there's plenty of twists and turns to keep you interested and engaged, so it's definitely one to try and check out. Number 9 is Spirit Island. This one is sort of, if you like Pandemic, you'll probably like this one. There are a ton of puzzles, and whilst it works beautifully with other players, this one's solo mode allows you to be the one that's in control, and it scales down really well. The modular map is going to adjust. You're going to have event cards to throw tricks in the middle of what you're doing, and there's a huge breadth of play styles that you can play around with. This is a great one for your empty table. Number 10, This War of Mine, the board game. This sort of emulates the PC version pretty well, giving us a view of daily life in a war zone. It's bleak, but it's great fun to play, and you're going to have to think quite a lot about what it is that you're doing. Of course, it benefits from being based on a PC game because it has a really great solo player mode that's really easy to adapt into it. It's going to force you into meaningful decision makings and sort of creative branches that you may not have anticipated. So that's it, that's our list. Thanks so much for watching. You have to let us know in the comments which games you enjoy playing solo, which ones that we may have missed, or even if the ones on the list you quite enjoyed. let us know. Check out more from us at tabletopgaming.co.uk, and if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and also a subscribe so that you can see more from us in the future. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.